Concealer is an amazing makeup product that completely transforms the makeup look, and today you're going to learn exactly how to find your perfect one with this step-by-step tutorial. First thing that I'm going to go over is what is concealer. Concealer is a makeup product used to cover blemishes, dark circles, and highlight certain areas of your face. It comes in liquid, cream, and stick forms and is typically applied right after foundation. However, it can also be worn on its own for a little bit of coverage if you don't want to wear foundation. Your shade of concealer is typically going to be 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone. It's always going to be lighter so that you can achieve that bright look. And overall, concealer is an amazing and versatile product with many different uses to help you achieve the finish that you want. First thing that we're going to go over is skin types. Your skin type determines everything in your makeup routine, and it's so important. So make sure that you're just kind of thinking back on what your skin type is right now, because I'm going to tell you exactly what kind of formulas you should be looking for. And not using products that are made for your skin type can result in patchiness, oiliness, pilling, and other makeup issues. So it's just really important to implement makeup that is made for your skin. The first skin type that we're going to go over is dry skin. So I want you to prioritize dewy finishes that include hydrating ingredients, and it's important to use hydrating formulas to avoid patchiness and pilling, because this is a big issue for dry skin. If you find that you've been struggling with this, making a switch to a dewy concealer with hydrating ingredients, you're going to see a huge difference. Second skin type is oily skin. So next up for oily skin, you should really prioritize long wear formulas that have a matte finish. And a matte finish is important so that you don't get oily, the oil coming through as the day goes on. And then this way also, you're not going to have to apply as much powder if you use a matte finish. The combination of both, using a long wear formula and having a matte finish will help to also avoid makeup from slipping off of your face. Number 3, combo skin. A little bit different because you're not dealing with one skin type but two. Typically, I would recommend you to use still just a matte finish with a long wear formula, just to avoid any oil and shine coming through as the day goes on. Number 2, texture. So many people don't even think about this, but it's important to consider the different textures of concealer. So there's actually 3: liquid, cream, and stick. So liquid concealers are the most common. You'll see them, like a majority of people just have liquid concealers. They're great for concealing larger areas in a short amount of time. Cream concealers, on the other hand, have a thicker formula and are great for covering blemishes and dark circles. So if you need something a little bit more heavy duty or full coverage, cream concealer is a great option because of the fuller coverage that it provides. Yourself touching up your makeup later in the day, so if you find that you need to touch it up a lot, stick concealer is a great idea or just option to have with you in your purse or your bag, just so that you can touch it up without much hassle. Because with liquid concealer, you're typically going to have to reapply blush and bronzer just to even it out a little bit, but stick concealer is a lot easier to apply and just brighten things up quickly. Number 3, the finish. So this depends on the purpose you have for your concealers, but the finish is important to consider as well. It's best to purchase one based on your everyday makeup look, just so that you don't waste money and that you can get the most out of it. Concealers range from dewy to harsh matte. So as mentioned above, dewy finishes are great for dry skin, while matte finishes are great for oily skin. Dewy finishes are going to help to add moisture and hydration to your skin, which is really comfortable for all day wear. On the other hand, matte formulas are going to absorb that excess oil in your skin, making them ideal for oily skin, because as the day goes on and as your skin gets oily, it's going to actually suck in that oil, which makes it not a great option for dry skin, because you don't want it to suck up that oil, because it's actually going to leave you with a patchy finish, or the makeup's going to be uncomfortable, etc. Thing that I want you to think about is your undertone. So if you've tried all these previous tips and still struggled to find your perfect concealer, you need to find a concealer that's actually made on your undertone, and I'll link my video down below on this and how to find your undertone. But this is going to help you to choose a very specific shade, and this is really going to be the closest that you can get to finding your perfect match. We're going to go over the 3 undertones now. So there's a cool undertone, which has a mix of blue, pink, and red. There's warm undertones, which has a mix of the opposite with yellow, golden, and peachier hues. And then there's a neutral undertone, which looks like you don't have an undertone, but it's just going to be quite similar to your skin tone. The next thing we're going to go over is a bright under eye. So if you're someone who loves a really bright white under eye, and this has been trending a lot recently, you can actually just go 3 shades lighter than your skin tone, and this is going to kind of even look paper white, choosing the shade correctly. And I wouldn't recommend going completely like pale concealer white, because then it's going to look weird and it's not going to contrast well. Instead, you can use a translucent powder, the white shaded setting powder, just to brighten up your under eyes. For long-lasting results, you should lock in the concealer, so this is important, and you can just do this by sweeping either translucent or pressed powder over the areas where you applied your concealer so that it lasts as long as it can. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe to the Beginner's Guide to Makeup to keep up with the latest on makeup for beginners. Bye!